Matthew DeMoss is associated with Justin Posey through their collaboration on the book Beyond the Map's Edge. Justin M. Posey is the primary author, and Matthew S. DeMoss is listed as a co-author, alongside illustrator Rochelle Meyer. The book, published in 2025, is a memoir and treasure hunt narrative tied to Posey's experiences, including his involvement with the Forrest Fenn treasure hunt and his subsequent creation of a new treasure hunt. DeMoss, an author and editor with a background in academic publishing, contributed to the writing and editing of this work. Their association is professional and creative, centered around this specific project.
Of all the people that Forrest will be meeting with on the day that he knows, because Jack has informed him the night before, if you're to believe that story, as presented in the McCracken trial with Discovery, that he's formally and specifically invited Matt to be at his home. And then remember, for the Fenn finale, Matt is the person he picks to read his final words at the Fenn finale. I've got to think that, yeah.
We're not picking on anything for like arbitrary reasons here. This is a man, Forrest Fenn, who understands the power of statements, and sometimes words are worth 1,000 pictures, as he said in the back of his San Lazaro book about a poem that his father gave to him that was signed anonymous. And he said, sometimes words are worth 1,000 pictures. That's the reverse. He gives his final words to Matt Smell the Sunshine, the same person who was invited over to his house the day of the announcement it was found, the same person who was at the alleged Sulph location, 9 Mile Hole, 2 or 3 days prior, the same person who was put into the community by Forrest Fenn, who said, wow, this guy, how does he know so much about me? Watch his videos. When you add that all up together, and then you add in little bits of conjecture that have been proven through, means I don't like, but, sharing of text messages from, say, Candy, who talks about how Cynthia is texting her while she and Matt Smell the Sunshine are on June 7th K-Pro stream saying, oh, don't mind us. We're just counting our gold coins, he, while everyone's crying on camera. The whole thing, I would love an explanation for it, because I'd love for us to focus our attention on other things that might matter if this doesn't. But if this does matter, why was the specific funness of being at 9 Mile Hole omitted from the retelling of the story?
Right.
You guys are lucky because the streets in West Yellowstone are paved now. But Boundary Street used to be a dirt road, and every time a car passed by the dude, dust would swirl all around and make me mad. One hot day I'd had enough, so I hooked our garden hose up to the faucet and started squirting water on the road to calm the dust, beginning at the corner by our big sign. The problem was that our well didn't provide much pressure, so before I could get wet down very much of the road, it was already dry back there by the big dude sign. Ellert Koski saw what I was doing, so he started speeding by, back and forth, causing giant swirls. I tried to squirt his car as he sped by, but that didn't work very well. That's when I stopped liking Ellert Koski. Besides, he was Skippy's friend, not mine. Fortunately, Skippy's car was parked nearby, so I went over and squirted it really good. That's how I got back at Ellert Koski. I felt smug because he just didn't fully know who he was dealing with. Sometimes I just feel diabolical. All right. So I asked him for some clarification. He said the roads were not really dirt, they were that fine volcanic pebble. And there was a lot of dust, must have been about 63 or so. He said Fennhaven was about 3 blocks north of the Dudon boundary, and Ellert Koski opened a restaurant out by Hebgen Lake. Except you had to buy the fixings from him, cook the meal yourself. It didn't work out very well. All right, lastly, he had one statement. He said, I'm sorry I can't be talking with you in person today. You can blame my age if you want to, but you can't blame my heart.